I was practicing eyes closed walking meditation, going down that dune, and it's been a long time since I last felt the way I was more than transcending how to feel, because it's when you're not searching for anything. I just disconnected for whatever reason, disconnected from the world, and then I step one step forward. It's just going down the cliff, but if it was a cliff it would be dangerous, but it's a dune, so it's like a cliff, but every step then you're gonna go deep, maybe 50 centimeters. So if it is too hot it would burn your skin. It wasn't, so it didn't. What I mean, I was doing the other two videos that I was doing, it was in Spanish. One of them is called "The Fear is Your Compass." Not your compass, the fear is the compass. Or the fear is a compass. Meaning so many things. I would like to fulfill what I didn't express in the previous two videos about doing, experiencing, not doing, not experiencing, and being aware of every single step of those. It doesn't matter how many things you try. If you want, if you are fearful, if you do it with fear, without fear, it's not just do it with or without fear, it's be aware of your fear. And then be aware of yourself, your skills, your strengths, your weakness, and the cost of opportunity. And then you can take a decision if doing or not doing it based on survival mode, breaking your leg or dying. Not based on what if I fail. If you fail, you can try again if you feel like doing it, or you can try something different. But at least you know if you like it, and it's not just do it because maybe you see it and I don't feel it doesn't attract, I don't feel attracted at all or whatever. But not letting your fear being the one responding to that question, do I want to do it? As a child, I felt like doing everything. I was afraid of probably nothing. And I had so many accidents. But then I saw the children 20 years later, 40 years later, they are so overprotected that anything that is going to be a little bit risky, they're going to be panicking. I saw it with my oldest nephew. The children are not playing with the rest of the children outdoors doing crazy things anymore in Spain. In the Spain that I know. Because hopefully there are still children inventing games, playing music, playing other games, helping each other, learning from each other, teaching, asking. That's how I felt my connection as a child with the people of my age or older. When I was 10, I loved to be with someone who was 12, 13, 14. And they could teach me so many things, whatever. Something that they studied in school. Or how to do the Rubik cube. It doesn't matter. I have so many memories of being mentored or mentoring others that I'm still in that mode all the time, because I'm always ignorant, so I can always ask, and as long as the people love my questions, then we are all happy. The problem is when they hate my questions. But I do it with the same intention, with intention of knowing, and if you have the answer, why don't you like my question? It can be any different aspect of their personality or a secret of state or something really personal in their community or civilization or tribe. How much money you earn per month? I don't give a shit about that question. Because people are asking it. And I don't care if I am asked, but some of the people will be very proud of saying how much. Some of the people will say, that's a very unpolite question. Could be any kind of relation of answers. And that's probably why there is a TV show in which the questions after the interview is like the uncomfortable questions. How much money you have in patrimony or in everything, in cash in your bank, or how many sexual relationships have you had? And there is a different spectrum for the punctuation. I don't watch the TV show, but because I watch not television, but sometimes on YouTube I've seen something like that, and it has so many different angles. Because in a way, I made a video long ago that the troupe of Broncano is like the troupe of Seinfeld. I made some comparisons. I don't know if it was in English or in Spanish, and it was like 2 or 3 years ago. And some people were already hating, saying, Broncano wish he could. I don't know if it was Seinfeld or who I was comparing with, but there are always haters. Always, all the time. Except when I have 0 views. Now, and when I have 1, 2, 3, there is no haters saying things all the time. But most of the times when somebody says something, it's hate. So here I am in the middle of nowhere. Practicing my eyes closed walking meditation away from the world, just the sand, the sun, the wind, the heat, the music, and my body that can stop being whenever I decided. When you are on alpha state, if you are laying down, I'm not that. I'm trying to explain what I do when I am laying down, but I can do it also standing up, but it's different. But it's not a matter of doing and being able and things like that. It's just that I'm having this dialogue of my log dialogues, or my dialogues log, that is the continuation of the previous 2 videos, which is to be aware of your fears. And don't let your fears guide your life. That's why the other video was called Fear is a Compass.